This is Rhonda Brooks of Farm Journal Media, and I'm here at Corn College in Coldwater, Michigan today, and I'm talking to a group of gentlemen retailers from Monty's Plant and Soil Products, and y'all are based out of Louisville, and I know a couple of you are in Indiana, that's right?
Yes.
And then the other two of you are out of Kentucky, correct?
That's right.
All right, and I'm with Dennis Stevens, Joe Dedman, Doug Hobbs, and Dan Marley.
Right.
All right. Well, tell me, gentlemen, what's the weather like down your way? What's your crop look like?
Well, it's really dry. We've kind of dealt with some pretty extreme heat. Overall, the corn in the area is not looking that well. However, the beans, we've now gotten a little bit of moisture, and the beans are starting to still hold on. But the long summer, the hot temperatures, and the lack of moisture has really taken a toll on the corn this year.
Okay, but did you just say that you've had a little moisture down around Louisville?
We did. We started the season off really well. We had a lot of early temperatures for farmers to get out and plant. Had a lot of moisture. The crops started off great, and then all the rain cut off. That's why it dried up. So Western Kentucky, which is our corn belt for Kentucky, is dried up. They just got little nubbins, and the fact that the heat hit during the pollination, and there's just not hardly any kernels at all on the corn.
What do you think as far as yields? Is it going to be 0 to
probably 30s and 40s.
All right.
In Western Kentucky. Now in our area, we've gotten a little more rains. It's possible we're going to hit some yields close to 100, a little over 100.
All right. What's it look like in Indiana?
Well, I'm in southern Indiana, and in southern Indiana, as Joe said, we had an early season, a lot of early planted crops. The early planted corn had some pollination issues because the drought hit it early in the growth stage, and that early planted corn is probably going to be out yielded by the later planted corn. The early planted corn, like I say, a lot of pollination issues, and some of it just basically dead. Later crops, soybeans and later planted corn, not so bad, but in certain areas, when you get just a little bit north of southern Indiana, it really extreme drought, and some of the corn's been mowed down. So it's the beans, as in like these guys said, the beans are looking a little better. Still some hope for the beans because we've had some rains here in the last few weeks.
All right. And Dan, what about in your area?
Yeah, and I'm in north central Indiana, and we have a lot of variation there. Overall, yes, the story is the same as far as being dry, but there are pockets here and there where things don't look quite as bad. But northeastern Indiana, northwestern Ohio, they're looking at one of the poorest crops that they've had for quite a few years now. So there's a lot of variation in the fields as far as size. The dryness has led, like Doug said, to a lot of bad pollination. So yeah, yields that we typically see 180 to 220 as far as normal in certain parts of the state, maybe looking 100, 120. So, cutting things close to half, I think.
All right. What are you telling farmers at this point? I mean, obviously the crop is what it is. Have you got any words of encouragement or just any, recommendations at this point?
Well, one of the things I think we're going to have to address after this year, once the season gets done, is the dryness in the soil, the compaction, the issues that we're going to have going forward from this year on. Monty's has a great line of soil conditioner products, so that's something that we're already talking to farmers about as far as applying post-harvest and starting to amend that soil for next year. Not that we can't do anything for this year. There's still time for beans, like was already mentioned. I think some of the beans still have a chance to get us some pretty decent yields, especially now that we're starting to see a few raindrops here and there in certain parts of the state. Beans may still come along okay, but yeah, look at that soil and think about what you can do to address these issues going into next season as well.
Okay, thanks, Dan. What brings you to Corn College?
It's my first time, so I'm really looking forward to learning more about just the crops in general and just experiencing what they have here at Corn College. So I guess I'll get back with you next year and let you know what I'm looking forward to getting to know more about.
Okay. Well, how about Joe or Dennis? Have either of you been here before?
No, this is our first time.
Your first time here. So, well,
We're
welcome.
excited about it.
Well, we're excited to have you, and we're really glad to have you all here, and appreciate you making the trek up here from Louisville and from over in Indiana. And I think you'll have a great learning experience here and be able to take it home and use it with your customers. So, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Rhonda.
it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Thank you.